In a world where hearts cry silently and dreams feel distant, there exists a timeless conversation between the human soul and the divine. These are not ordinary letters, they are whispered prayers, desperate pleas, and grateful celebrations written to Krishna, the eternal friend who listens when no one else can hear. Each letter carries a story, every reply holds a key, and somewhere between the questions and answers, miracles quietly unfold. What happens when ordinary people write to Krishna with their deepest fears, wildest dreams, and most fragile hopes? You are about to find out. Hello, Krishna. I am presently in class 10. I'm studying every day, but still gets very low marks. Krishna is the only hope for me. Please motivate me. I am feeling very scared. Please help me. Thank you. Please help me, Krishna. Dear friend, writing this letter when you are scared, that takes real courage. Class 10 feels overwhelming, doesn't it? These marks staring back at you, making you question everything. But here is what I have learned: marks don't define your intelligence, they are just snapshots of one moment, not your entire story. You are studying every day. That consistency, that's pure gold. Sometimes results lag behind efforts, like seeds that grow silently underground before sprouting. Your daily discipline is already transforming you in ways grades can't measure. Krishna teaches us focus on your effort, not the outcome. Imagine a gardener who plants seeds, waters them daily, yet worries constantly about when they will bloom. The worry doesn't help the flowers grow, the daily care does. Your fear is normal, but don't let it drive the car. Replace what if I fail with what if this struggle is preparing me for something beautiful. Some of the most successful people I know weren't the highest scorers. They were the ones who learned to bounce back, who developed character through challenges. Krishna sees every page you study, every prayer you whisper. Keep going. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Hare Krishna and take care. But fear isn't the only shadow that visits young hearts. Sometimes the greatest battles are fought by those who once knew victory. Dear Krishna, I am Vrinda, writing to you today. I don't come to you with demands or to seek ready made answers. I just feel heavy inside, and the only place I can let it all out without fear is here, with you. Because who else, other than you, can truly understand the depth of my heart? I have always known myself to be capable, intelligent, and hardworking. From the very beginning of my life as a student, I have been someone who could achieve high marks, scoring consistently above 90. But now, when it matters the most, my final school year, my 12th grade, I feel like I'm not able to study well. I know my own potential, yet I feel like I'm failing to live up to it. The biggest problem is this: I cannot study the way I want. The efforts I imagine in my mind, the plans I make, the goals I set for the day, I just cannot turn them into reality. And then every night I go to sleep with regret, with guilt, and with the feeling that another day has gone wasted. No progress, no satisfaction, only the thought that I am moving further away from my dream of scoring 95 to 98 percentage. Krishna, I want to see that smile on my father's face, the one that comes only when he feels proud of his daughter's efforts. He has been my world ever since I lost my mother at the age of 3. From that day till now, it's just been the two of us. And yet, even in this loneliness, I keep overthinking. punishing myself with questions. Why am I not the girl I used to be? The girl in the ninth class or 10th class who would choose studying over distractions, who would stay focused, who would shine. Now my mind is scattered, distracted, and lost. I waste my time even though I know it will only bring regret. I scroll, I delay, I avoid, and then I cry inside because I want to do better but can't push myself enough. Krishna, I don't expect you to magically fix my life, but I just want you to guide me. Show me how to escape the cycle of regret and guilt. Show me how to get out of this trap of my phone, my distractions, my own weakness. Please give me the strength to study the way I truly want, to give my best in class 12, and to make my father proud. I know you are listening. I know that even no one else understands. You do. Krishna, stay by my side. Even if I stumble, even if I get weak, don't let me give up. Hold my hand and help me turn my intentions into actions. With you beside me, I know I can do this. Your Vrinda. Dear Vrinda, your letter moved us deeply. The raw honesty, the courage to admit your struggles. This itself shows the strong, beautiful soul you are. I see you, Vrinda, the girl who misses her mother, who wants to make her father proud, who carries the weight of expectations while battling her own mind. That gap between planning and doing, it's called being human in the digital age. Even Krishna's best devotees struggle with this. In the Gita, Arjun literally threw down his bow mid battle because he felt overwhelmed. Yet Krishna didn't scold him, he guided him back to clarity. Here is what I want you to remember: your worth isn't tied to your productivity. The girl who scored 90s is still there. She is just tired and needs little encouragement. No harsh criticism. Start tiny today. Before touching your phone, study for just 15 minutes. That's it. No grand plans, no guilt about yesterday. Just 15 minutes of showing up for yourself. Every night, instead of counting regrets, whisper, "Thank you for trying today. Tomorrow, I'll try again." Krishna walks beside you, dear one. Trust the process. Hare Krishna and take care. Yet, even as one soul learns to trust the process, somewhere else a parent's heart overflows with a different kind of prayer, one of pure gratitude. Jai Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you for praying for my daughter. Shri Krishna, I am so grateful. You have been with us all the time. My daughter got the job and she's starting her journey with Prashant. Thank you and keep us in your heart and prayers all the time. Bless them both and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Hare Krishna. Dear friend, your joy is contagious. What a beautiful moment. You witnessed pure magic. All those nights you whispered prayers weren't just words, they were seeds of miracles now blooming before your eyes. Your daughter carries something precious into this new chapter: a parent's unwavering love and Krishna's blessings. That's the strongest foundation anyone could ask for. Keep being that lighthouse of faith. Your continued prayer will be their visible strength through every challenge ahead. Radhe Radhe, may their path overflow with blessings. And so another soul finds its way back to home. Another heart discovers its strength, and another letter completes the sacred circle between human longing and divine love. These conversations never truly end, they simply transform into new beginnings, carrying forward the eternal truth that no prayer goes unheard, no sincere effort goes unnoticed, and no heart that seeks Krishna ever walks alone. Until the next soul finds courage to write, until the next miracles unfold, until love calls love home again. Radhe Radhe and take care.